Hello, it's Tuesday, January 23rd, 2018, and as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. Hey guys, welcome to the show. A little bit of housekeeping up front. I am recording this in my car. It is raining outside. I am in Auburn, Michigan, waiting to go see my girls. It is 11:01 a.m. and I had arranged to be at their house at noon, so I've got some time to kill, and I thought I would try recording a podcast and hope that the rain doesn't drown me out, or no pun intended, I guess. So we're going to see what happens with this. So again, thank you for downloading the show. Hopefully it sounds okay for you guys. You guys have been wonderful listening to the show, I've gotten more and more comments and feedback all the time. I am just so amazed and so grateful to have you guys out there listening and being part of the show. So thank you so very much. Let me remind you how you can get a hold of me, jamoalki@gmail.com, facebook.com/jamoalki, @jamoalki on Twitter, www.jamoalki.info. That's JAMOALKI. Or you can text me at the super handy text line, 248-648-1419. That is an old Google Voice number that is no longer attached to a phone line. So I cannot make and receive phone calls, but I can get text messages sent to my phone through my jamoalki@gmail.com username for Google. So send me a message. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you think of the show. Give me some show suggestions. Anything. I'd be glad to hear from you, and hopefully we can have a good conversation. So with that out of the way, I guess we'll get into the show. So, friend of the show, Gloria, sent me a message today, said, "How are you feeling today?" And I thought maybe I'd try to explore that. You know, my last episode I talked about mood swings and how, like, out of the blue, I would just feel overwhelmed by everything and feel terrible, more so terrible about myself. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've bounced back from the last one yet. I was having some trouble at home. I really wasn't feeling that well mentally. Physically, I felt as fine as I could. I felt well. I was kind of struggling. I was withdrawn. Nora was concerned about me, because I had skipped a group meeting. I just was, not really being actively part of anything. I was sleeping more, big naps during the day, stuff like that. And then Thursday, I got an email saying, "Hey, you're giving a conference call tomorrow about rerouting and store hours," which I thought was kind of weird. And I messaged the organizer and I said, "Hey, are you sure? This sounds like it's above my pay grade." And he replied back, "Nope, that's for you." So I let my boss know, and she said, "Yeah, they're doing something and they're letting people know about their changes in their routes and their hours." And I pretty well knew what that meant. It sounded to me like they were going to change all us part-timers who were invited to the call to full-time, which was confirmed Friday morning. And that's something that's very troubling to me. I've mentioned that the draw of this job was the scheduled flexibility to be able to, schedule myself in the morning or in the afternoon, depending on needs of the house, kind of stack my days early or late in the week to be able to make a trip like the one I'm on out to Michigan to see my girls, and what will soon be North Carolina to see my girls, which will be, a more intense trip on its own. Plus, just the general ability to have downtime. I could have an early day and get home before the kids get home from school and, record a podcast or just veg out or, even be productive, do some laundry, do some cleaning, things like that. And those of you with full-time jobs know that that doesn't really allow you that kind of flexibility. And so I wasn't really sure. I'm not really sure about this. My boss said that, she's holding out hope that there's a possibility that change my route to a part-time route, which seems to me if one exists, then I should be able to get it. But, yeah, I can't count on that. So right now I'm unsure about the future of my job, which still isn't terrible in terms of what it means for the household. It's been nice having extra income in, and we're having an opportunity to pay down some debt that we have. But it's not like, we were, my job was make or break the household, make or break the family. In that sense, it wouldn't be that big a deal if I were to just leave the company and maybe look into getting another part-time job somewhere, which Nora is behind if that's what it comes to. But there's the me part of it where I hate the idea of, I don't know, how do I say this? It's a defeatist feeling to say that, hey, I'm not going to be able to handle this full-time work, so I'm going to have to leave the company. I don't want to be that guy with depression. I don't want to be that guy who can't work because of the schedule. I don't. Maybe it's just a bigger slap in the face reminder of what it is I'm carrying around with me, and how it's impacting my life, and how it's making it difficult for me to build a life the way I want to build a life, because I'm not sure that I can work full time. I'm not sure. There's other things to it. It's very having the flexible schedule is beneficial to the family to get kids to, before school, or not before school, after school kind of events and things like that, with basketball practice or going to see a friend or whatever. So there's that aspect to it too. But I'll be honest, I just don't know. Working full time just sounds like a recipe for disaster. So we're looking at, 5 8-hour days or 4 10-hour days I could do, which right now when I have more than a 6-hour day, I find myself completely tuned out, by hour 5, to the point where, oh, this is stupid. I'm stupid. The whole world is stupid. So the working 8-hour days or 10-hour days, boy, I don't know. I when it comes to work, I'm more concerned about how my depression affects my work output, and I already feel bad enough about it that I don't feel like I can focus in for my full schedule for the day. And I'd hate to be on hour 7 and realize that I had checked out 2 hours ago, and that's not a recipe for feeling good about myself, and not really a recipe for maintaining employment, for that matter. Yeah, so yeah, enough about work, I guess. I guess just to say I'm not really sure. I've got some plans. There are some part-time positions open within the company in my area, and I'm going to talk to my boss about them probably after I'm done recording here. So how am I today? Well, I'm pretty crappy, pretty lousy. I woke up this morning and I've spent the last 2 nights in this kind of not really run down, but not the nicest of hotel rooms. I was the first part of the trip here. I was going to go see Mo's last performance for her cheer team, and as I was driving all day Saturday, I just started feeling worse and worse and worse about myself. Uh, and then I knew, yesterday, well, not 2 days ago, as this is going out, the 21st, in addition to being, the anniversary of my suicide attempt. Happy 3-year anniversary, guys. This is my mom's birthday. And as I was in Michigan, I felt it was the only right thing to do was to drive the hour and a half farther to go see her. And that started weighing on me because as I was feeling more worse from my already kind of poor platform that I've been on for a little bit, the idea of spending time with anybody, much less my mom and dad, just seemed really, well, something that I would do well to avoid. And I started feeling bad about that because, Jesus, Mom's birthday, you should be able to suck it up for an hour or two and visit. And I'd known before I started driving that Mo's mom wanted to take her to her competition, which is fine, and there's no reason why I couldn't have gone as well. We wouldn't go as a group, but I could go, and we could sit together and whatnot. But just being released from that obligation of getting her to the competition was enough for me to, check out from going. Then that gave me less of an excuse to spend time with Mom and Dad, which then made me feel worse about not wanting to. I just got myself all worked up into a rich lather. But Saturday night, I got into my hotel room and surfed the internet for a little while, and kind of a big surprise, I found myself, I couldn't sleep. I was up till 1 o'clock. Yeah, it was 1 something. Even after taking my nighttime medication, my trazodone for sleep, I was kind of wound up and couldn't get to sleep. Woke up Sunday. Yeah, sorry, I'm losing my days. Woke up Sunday and woke up late because I had stayed up so late. Woke up at 9, which is very unusual. Just feeling awful about everything myself. I knew I had to go see Mom and Dad, and I had a homemade card that Nora had that the kids back home and Nora and I signed, and I was going to stop and get some flowers just to, have something to give to Mom for her birthday. Got to their house, and they had just come in from church. Yeah, so they had just gotten in from church, and I kind of walked in, had the flowers, gave Mom a hug and a kiss, gave Dad a nice manly handshake and a hug, and explained to them, lying of course, that I was headed to go see Mo's competition, and I really didn't have that much time, and I just thought that since I was in Michigan, I would, rather than give a call, I could stop by, drop off some flowers, say hi, give a hug, give a kiss, and that would be that, which they got. That was no big deal. At least they say that they understand, and yeah, the kids are more important, or whatever. And yeah, so then I left, and I drove back to the hotel, and I just sat there and didn't do much of anything for a while. Flipped through the TV channels, found something, I don't remember what. Finally hopped on my computer, surfed the internet for the next 4 hours or so, till I decided it was time to eat myself into fatness. And I ordered a pizza, I went and got that, came back, started eating it, and then all the while surfing the internet. So I surfed the net some more, had some TV on in the background, Big Bang Theory, I think. Did my best to stay away from everybody. I mean, essentially, I was hiding out in my hotel room all day, totally avoiding any kind of interaction with anybody. Um, I've been a very poor communicator with Nora since I've been on this trip, um, which I know kind of freaks her out a little bit, but I think she gets it. Yeah, so, I had the same kind of problem last night, or 2 nights ago, I guess. With sleeping, I found myself really wound up. I wasn't up quite as late. Sorry, I just got a message from Mo. Got distracted. Yeah, I didn't stay up so late, but still found myself really in a weird place of not being able to wind down for sleep, even though I've been so miserably alone and down for the day. But yeah, I fell asleep, got up this morning, went and got some breakfast, and now here I am. And how am I today? And boy, this has got to be the most boring episode I've put out. If it gets put out, I guess I probably will. So today, I feel like I'm not much of a good dad. I feel like I'm clearly not much of a good son, and not much of a good worker, and not much of a good husband. And yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like a failure in every aspect of my life today. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to I'm going to go see the girls. I'm going to take their mom to the airport. She's heading out of town for the week. I'm going to spend the next, I don't know, 40 hours with my girls and then head back to Minnesota on Wednesday morning. But yeah, I feel like, Gloria, to answer your question, I feel like a total waste of anything right now. I don't feel like I'm adding anything to the world. I don't feel like I'm adding anything to myself. I'm not really taking care of myself in terms of what I'm putting in my body. I have showered, mostly because my kids deserve to not see me unshowered. I haven't brushed my teeth that much since I've been gone. So my self-care is pretty low. I guess we'll call recording this show a bit of self-care. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'm expressing how bad I feel right now. I don't, and this happens to me quite a bit when I sit down to record a show. It's like getting a new medication or seeing a new therapist, or it's that kind of placebo effect. Like, hey, I'm doing something, and that makes me feel better for the time being. But I know as soon as I stop recording and I start thinking about editing the show, it's all gonna come back, and I'm gonna keep feeling terrible. And yeah, I don't know. It's things like this that really make me question. We go back to the "How Sick is Sick" episode, where I question, what my situation really is and how bad my depression is. Because, well, I don't know. I'm rambling now, as usual. It's usually the sign to get off the show. So I'll wrap things up by saying, Gloria, thanks for sending me a message. Kate, you sent me a message also asking how I was doing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Meg, which is a pseudonym, thanks for you sent me a Twitter message asking me how I was doing. So thank you, ladies, for helping out and thinking about me. And yeah, how I'm doing is pretty crappy. I don't have any suicidal ideations with this, so I guess that's a win. But yeah, if I could, I would go back in that hotel room and just stay in there forever and not have to get myself up for interactions with people, not have to do anything. Yeah, I think the only person I'd want to be around is Nora, and she's 700 miles away. So Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give her a call, see if she's busy at work, and then I'll get to work on editing this show and getting it out to you guys. So if you made it this far, thanks for listening. Again, I appreciate you all taking time out of your day to download and listen to the show. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Till next time. I'm looking to do a follow up on the Love podcast, and I'm hoping to get Nora on with me and kind of just have us talk about it. So look for that coming. I don't know, a week or so. So everybody, thanks for listening. Be safe and be well. Hello.
Incoming call. Press the pick.